All right, here we go. Episode number 2 of my podcast. My name is Misty Winters, and this podcast is called Exposing Success. Really wrestled with what my second episode should be about because there are a lot of things I'd like to cover. Things that I've learned in my life, and just hoping that you get a little nugget of information that'll be helpful to you that you can use to live your best life. So I guess the most important thing and the thing that has changed my life as I've gotten older is taking care of my body. Taking care of my body with the right nutrition, using it as fuel and not poisoning it with, overeating or, making really bad choices of the types of food that I eat. I do eat all food groups for the most part. I try to kind of lay low on the gluten and dairy because neither one of those are probably very good for your gut. But I do have them. I don't do anything. I don't exclude really anything from my diet. I just do it in moderation and small portions. So I think the most important thing is really tracking what you're eating and understanding what you're eating, and making sure you're getting enough protein, make sure you're getting enough water. That's super important. And then just staying active. Just even if it's just walking. You should make walking great again because walking is wonderful for you. There's so many health benefits, not only physically, but mentally. I mean, you notice if you go for a walk and you have a busy day ahead of you, you can kind of get your thoughts together on what your day is going to look like. And just think things through. I don't know. I mean, I like to have music on and sometimes a podcast while I'm walking, but it's also super healthy to have nothing on and just be in your own thoughts for a little bit. And trying to shooting for at least 45 minutes a day. And then, just getting up and moving as much as you can. Like one of my little secrets I like to do is, and it's not really a secret, but one of the things I like to do is park as far away as I can from the front door of whatever store I'm going into, and so that I get those extra steps. I also have a stand-up desk. The desk I'm at right now, it stands up and goes to regular sitting position, which is kind of cool. I mean, it's not getting steps, but it is getting me up out of my chair. And another thing I think is important is just getting up about 30 minutes early every morning. Getting up and getting a handle on your day. And that way, if you, if it's a day you'd like to work out and you'd like to lift some weights and you've got some dumbbells in your house, you can utilize that time to do that. And there's like a million videos on TikTok that you can watch videos on how to do exercises. And you can do those like combo exercises, which are super cool. And that way it's, getting all the different body parts. I think it's good to have a day for each, do upper, lower, back, whatever. But having, if you have those days where you don't have a whole lot of time and you just want to do an all body workout, then I think those combo workouts are really good. But another thing to think about when you're doing those workouts, it's actually more beneficial for you to use really, really heavy weights and maybe just be able to do 6 or 8 or 10 reps than it would be to use a weight that's real easy for you to pick up and then, do 20 reps of that. That's not going to be as beneficial. But always try to do 3 sets just so you're kind of wearing that muscle out. I mean, you want to push yourself to failure. You want it to be really, really hard. And I mean, generally you're going to be sore. But that's super important if you want to see some, muscle growth and, move forward with your muscle building. So if that's your goal, which it should be your goal, because as you age, I mean, even if you don't want to have noticeable muscles, which I don't yet either, I'm still working on building muscle myself. But even if you don't want that visibly and you don't like the way that looks, or that's just not a goal of yours, you do want to have muscle, because as you age, you, if you fall and on something, you'll easily break it. My 80-year-old aunt just broke her hip, just walking normal. It's not like she was sprinting or anything. She was just walking normal. Took a wrong step, kind of shuffles her feet when she walks, and she fell and she broke her hip. And now she's got a rod in her hip, and she's currently going through physical therapy. And she was actually told a couple days ago, it was pretty devastating, that she'll probably never walk again. She just won't have, she doesn't have full range of motion. And, you know, and on top of that, she has dementia, which that's a whole nother episode, because she has dementia. It's directly related to diabetes, which is food related. So all this stuff that I feel so strongly and passionate about now and has really changed my life is because I'm trying to live the best of the years that I have left to live. I mean, I'm not young. I'm 44. So however many years that is left, I want to live them to the fullest. And I just feel so strongly about this because when I changed my nutrition, and it wasn't anything radical, but when I changed that and I started moving, and the more I moved, the more I wanted to move, the more active I got, the more things I wanted to try. And I mean, my mind is constantly racing now with like, what new thing can I add to my schedule? And, what physical thing can I do? And how can I push myself to the next level? I'm always trying to just overextend my body. And the more I do that, the better I feel. And before I started all the weightlifting and activity that I've been doing, I actually had really bad lower back pain and my knees bothered me. And part of the reason my knees don't hurt anymore is because I got the weight off of them. But the other part of that is my knees are strong because I do weighted, front squats and sumo squats and Russian deadlifts and all this stuff. So it gets my knees strong. So it really doesn't make any sense to me. I was like, I still have to get my mind around that, how me overextending myself, pushing my knee to do things like squatting, and I do a deep squat, how that would actually make my knee stronger. But I mean, if you really think about it, it does make sense because the muscle around it's stronger. But it also just kind of blows my mind too that I've like reversed my aging. I've literally reversed aging. I feel much, and I'm not just saying that. I'm not trying to, sell you on anything. I'm just trying to help people live their best lives because I just really feel so passionate about it. And I wish I would have done this a long time ago. I can't get back the time, so I'm not going to sit here and pout about it or be sad about it. Just going to keep moving forward and getting better and being my best version of myself. But I feel so strongly about it. I really want to help somebody else hopefully, see this video and be inspired to make some better choices, even if it's just like really, really honing in on protein, trying to walk more often throughout the day. Maybe instead of watching TV at night, walk. I promise you will feel better. And the more you feel better and the more energy you have, the more you're going to want to do. And it's just going to be like a domino effect. And it's going to lead from one thing to another to another. And then beyond that, it actually bleeds into the rest of your life. It's not just you want to do more physical things. It bleeds into, you do want to do more physical things if you're a married person, and you know what I mean? But you don't, it's just, there's just so many other things that opens up. I feel like my business has been more successful because I have more energy. My brain is functioning at its highest. I can think of things and ideas more often. The amount of things I get done in one day is just, sometimes I think back on my day and I'm like, I don't even know how I did it. But I did it because I have the energy. And I do not drink any energy drinks. Zero energy drinks. I do not take anything to go to bed at night. I am not on any medication. Absolutely nothing. The only thing I do is get up and take care of my body all day through proper nutrition and proper fitness and activity. I believe in drinking lots and lots of water. That's pretty much the main thing I drink. I'm not even a regular coffee drinker, but I will occasionally I do enjoy the brown sugar milkshake and espresso from Starbucks. But it's, it's just a treat. It's not something I have every single day. Um, so that would be it as far as caffeine goes. And I used to be a sweet tea drinker. And that was sad face for me that I had to give up sweet tea. I guess I didn't have to, but yeah, I probably did have to. But that was my thing. That was like my coffee. That was my alcohol. That was my everything. Sweet tea was. And as far as, treats goes, it wasn't truly my everything. That's ridiculous. It's drink, but yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. And that would be like my thing. I would go reward myself, with a job, a good day's work put in. I'd go through the Chick-fil-A drive-thru and get a sweet tea. But now I actually, oddly enough, I used to think it was poison. I like unsweet tea. So I will also occasionally get unsweet tea. And when I say occasionally, I mean maybe once every 2 weeks or something, which that's fine because there's no calories in it. There's no harm, no foul. I just choose not to consume a lot of caffeine because I kind of like the idea of knowing that I don't really need caffeine to get through my day. And it just feels really, really good just to naturally have natural energy and to, just be able to work circles around people without having any caffeine when these people are like downing one energy drink after another. And then, soda drinks and tea, which has caffeine and coffee and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I don't need it. I am telling you, if you start making changes, and start watching what you're eating, making sure you've got a well-rounded diet, making sure you're drinking your water, making sure you're staying active. And another piece of that is I do not drink alcohol. So I don't know if that has something to do with that. So I don't have that Monday morning hangover or whatever it is that people get. I've never been drunk, but I don't have that. So that's part of it. But I feel so good. I feel better than I felt when I was 20. I was already a mom. And so and I just remember being so tired in my 20s. And, I did have 2 little ones, but it just so exhausted. I think if I had the 2 little ones right now, I'd be fine. I wouldn't have to nap when they napped, and I would be able to keep up with them and stuff because I just have energy for days. It's crazy. But when I hit the bed at 10 o'clock at night, I pass out, the kind of like drool on your pillow, pass out, or I kind of wake myself up every once in a while snoring probably, but I don't know. You'd have to ask my husband. I'd like to think I don't snore because I'm a lady, but I'm sure I do. But anyway, so that's just a little motivational speech for the week. I'm going to try to do this once a week. I committed myself to try to do that. It's been hard to squeeze it in this week, but I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna get on here real quick and just let you know to start today. Don't start tomorrow. And don't say, oh, I messed up and my whole day's in the pooper because I had a really, really high caloric lunch and there's no point now and I'll just go home and watch TV. Don't do that. Just start today. Today's the day. Not tomorrow, not after your birthday, not after Christmas, not the New Year's, not January 1st, not after your anniversary. Today. Start today. Make all the little changes. And it will, like I said, it will domino effect into you wanting to make more and more and more changes and do bigger and better things and push yourself. And then you will truly be living your best life. And there's just no reason to wait. Why wait to live your best life? Live your best life today. All right, that's all I got. This is episode 2. I'm Misty Winters, and this is Exposing Success. Have a blessed day.